4 seconds. Hello, everyone. Man, that 3 seconds went by quick. Hello. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with, yay! We are here with our lovely crew, the OG, the Mongoose Crew. Kayla is still trying to kind of get back in. But in the meantime, everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Oh, we heard her.
I'm kind of here.
Cool. Kind of here.
She's in her ghost form.
Yeah.
Just half
Pass
here,
without
half
trace.
not. Yeah.
My house cast pass without trace on me. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I'm in a tent somewhere in Ohio. Cool. So for those who are wondering what this is a D&D live stream that we run every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Obviously, this is the Wednesday crew, where we have four parties existing, living, breathing, swimming, diving, leaping, kerplunking, other things in the beautiful, wonderful world of Imaea. Existing somewhat in the same time, give or take. And that's really fun. We have sometimes some guest stars from other campaigns having crossovers, things that that this campaign does that could actually affect what's happening in another one. So it's super fun. And welcome. We hope you enjoy it. Before we jump into tonight, just a couple of announcements. First and foremost, we're actually kind of putting this all together now. We have our one-shots for this weekend. This Saturday, important note for those who heard me yesterday, this Saturday we will not be having our Candela Obscura one-shot, but the 16th and the 23rd we will. I have to run out of town for something. Run out of town. That sounds like I'm...
Gotta do a little run.
I have to run out of... I am on the run from the law on Saturday.
Just Saturday.
Just Saturday.
The statute of limitations is up after Saturday.
After Saturday, I can come back to Ohio. But no, every weekend for this month, besides that Saturday that I'm running from the law, we have our one shots available for those who are wanting to play a game with me as your DM, and who knows, possibly a couple of these players jumping in and out. For this month, this month is very special because we are adding in a Candela Obscura one shot. For two reasons. One, because it's a really fun game and trying to get more people into it, but also in a sort of selfish way of trying to build up interest in our upcoming Shadows of the North Shore Candela Obscura campaign. So first off, for those that have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Candela Obscura is a cosmic horror game designed by the people Darrington Press, those Critical Role peeps. That is a system that is extremely easy to learn and actually very fun to play in a very introspective, like high RP sort of setup with some real creepy horror danger themes to it. So our version for it, we've taken the game and changed the setting a little bit into more of a real world setting. We call it Shadows of the North Shore, as it takes place in the North Shore of Massachusetts in the year 1901. So following along with a lot of the creepy and horror sort of themes, all of it are actually tied to real lore and legends from the North Shore of Massachusetts. Super fun. So if you want to check that out, as well as a couple other one shots, I know we're doing Where's My Darling Piddle. I believe we're doing another heist one. But anyways, you can check those out if you're watching on YouTube. It is in the video description below, but also on YouTube and Twitter. We just put it in the live chat for you guys to kind of check that out. And that is at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. Also, if you're interested in learning more information about the full campaign of Shadows of the North Shore, you can check that out here, as I'm putting that link in the live chat as well. If this is your first time here and you're wanting to, well, if it's your first time, second time, third time, or millionth time, and you're wanting to support the channel, the best way to do so would be to like and subscribe. Helps out a lot on being able to kind of reach a wider audience and possibly change up some things in more of a kind of official manner. Allows us to make things kind of cooler. And also, I have said this, once we get to 300, I have promised a free one-shot for any and all who are interested in jumping into that. So please, if you like what you are seeing and hearing, or just one of those, or you don't like it, I don't care. Please feel free to subscribe and like anyways. But I do hope that you enjoy your time here, I guess. Lastly, if you are wanting to check out our social media stuff for some behind the scene things on some of the live terrain we have with our minis, also some like clips of some of our favorite times. I think we need to put up the Halloween one we just posted in Discord. That needs to happen. So I will be trying to do that this week. But yeah, please check out our link tree to our Instagram and TikTok, which both are at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. And I believe that is it as far as announcements go. So before we jump in, we need to get an idea of where we left off with the Mongoose Crew. So Lorianne, if you don't mind, take it away.
Kayla, do you want me to do it? I'm assuming.
I don't even think Kayla's
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm talking to no one. Okay, so the session began with the Mongoose Crew in Ilryn's temple, sitting down to tell Broomhilda that the Celestials would be coming to collect her in 3 months' time. We assure her that we won't let her be taken, and Wilbur tells her about their conversation with Riley. Then Broomhilda asks for a moment alone and walks off to the forest with the super magical book that she has that shouldn't exist, and we hear a massive explosion with Broomhilda walking back without the book and stating that some things are too powerful to exist. Meanwhile, Ilryn has Gwar message her mom to tell her to meet us at the Bitches Brew, and then we go outside to gather items from the rubble into bags of holding that Broomhilda told us about and is letting us use. Broomhilda then poofs us all back to Bitches Brew, where we find the half-orc Grix, now as the new owner. Ilryn has to remind him who we are, since he and Gwar don't recognize each other, but we do have a little bit of a history with him. Broomhilda tries to tell Grix that she owns the bar, but Grix claims he got it from Sam. Grix notices that Wilbur is a wombat, and Broomhilda has to use Modify Memory on him to fix the situation, and Grix now thinks he is our hairy child. Gwar and Noros find Karen Erickson, the lawyer, with an orc prostitute. He gives Ilryn all of her things, and she asks about Kanos' body, which we find out is at the place where Seren kept watch for Noros while he had his wedding vows written. A place with many doors owned by a creature called the Dormouse, who may help us get to Erisgar, but for a sizable fee. A carriage pulls up out front, and Ilryn finds Derek Erickson, event coordinator for the king, and Karen's cousin driving it. The door opens, and Ilryn's mother waves her in. They have a conversation about Kanos' body, Volmos being taken, and then she explains that she communed with Persana about the situation, and also finding out about the split soul of Volmos. Ilryn's informed that she is somewhat pardoned, and we don't need to worry about roaming the streets. Ilryn also tells her about Grancelli's brother, and how Kanos may be willing to come back to help us. Noros is drunk, in all caps. And as Ilryn and Ilryn come back inside, Ilryn pays Karen with a gold band, and then there's lots of awkward Noros moments, until he says he'll go get Kanos, and Seren says he shouldn't go alone. Meanwhile, Milo excuses himself, but only sits 3 tables away. Karen tells Noros the password for the Dormouse is "bless this mess," and he leaves. Ilryn asks if Ilryn discussed the Tal situation with the king, and she says he sent someone to talk with the Lord of Dwendelver, who is Gwar's dad, but there has been no response yet. Gwar puts on his charm of enigmatic charisma and discovers the side effects of its draining aura. Milo scries on Seren and Noros with the Orb of Ethereal Sight, but sees something very different than the rest of the table. Noros and Seren making out, and learning that the orb can give a vivid hallucination into an alternate dimension. We zoom out and back into Seren and Nora standing in front of a doorway. They have a conversation about Nora's thinking he fucked things up, and Seren saying that Eldrin's mom is kind of the worst and to not worry that much about it. They get to a black door, and Nora says, "I see a door. I wish to walk through it." The dormouse pops up, and Nora says, "I'm here to collect something that was stored in a doorway." He comes back with a small decorative coffin and gives it to Norris, and Norris pushes Seren to ask about passage to Eriscar. The dormouse says he needs to know the exact height and weight of everyone to ensure safe passage, and it will cost around 1,000 gold. She says they can stop back tomorrow night to check in. The password to get back in will be "clean your ears," which will be very fun and not awkward at all to say to the creature with giant ears. She grabs Norris by the shoulder, casting Long Strider and Pass Without Trace to get them back to the Bitches Brew ASAP, leading him out into the night of Midtown. And one thing that wasn't mentioned here is Ilryn did suggest that Gwar come with her while we shop to talk to the king.
Yes, indeed. To which, if I remember correctly, Gwar said a resounding "okay."
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, Eldrin was like, "This is great. This will be really good."
Sweet.
Nothing
Cool.
bad could happen.
Nothing bad could happen. Absolutely not. Let's jump in. So coming from our actually, let me try this. Looming into our view, a dark tavern. We can hear the definitely, especially at this point, very muffled sounds of figures being very quiet in what is most likely usually a somewhat somewhat louder environment. But however, it is clearly shown that there is some confusion, and people seem to be thrown off by a certain presence in this room. One Ilryn and Wrath. The commotion around the tables clearly give the realm of someone that has come into a space that doesn't seem to fit her in any manner of speaking. But Ilryn is accepted, seemingly either not interested or not paying attention to that, as she's continuing in conversation with the rest of you. Throughout that conversation, as we have previously stated, there is a lot of talk that is kind of going on between. But I will say we are going to kind of start the scene in from just about maybe 2 minutes before Seren and Noros make it back.
I think at this point there's maybe an awkward silence, and
Perfect.
Eldrin is looking over her shoulder and being like, "Hey, where are they?" And then turns back to the table and just kind of starts drumming her fingers on the table, like a nervous habit.
Something on your mind, dear?
No, I'm just wondering how long this is going to take. Nothing, I'm fine.
Well, I held up my end of the deal. Seems that your friends are taking their time.
Friends? One friend, one husband.
That's what I said, right?
You said my friends.
So what's your deal, little one?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, good, because I'm quite tall. I was very confused for a minute.
I assumed she was referring to Wilbur, but
Is there a special skill that you have that?
I mean, I'm a tailor's son. I'm pretty good with my hands.
he made my wedding dress, actually.
I did.
The wedding that I and your father weren't invited to.
Yeah, it was right upstairs. It was really pretty.
I officiated it. It was great.
If it
There's
makes
a
you feel
certain-
any better, I can't remember it either at the moment, so we're in the same boat.
She looks, it kind of gives you like an odd expression, but she also kind of like looks up as, like right on cue, a piece of the like roof seems to kind of like just a little bit of it just seems to like kind of like fall onto the onto the like overhanging second floor, and then falls through a slat onto the ground, right on the table of like someone who's just.
I'm told it looked nicer.
It looked a lot better like 2 weeks ago.
I'm sure.
The termites.
But I mean,
bad
besides my seamstering skills, yeah, I'm pretty well versed in martial arts. I've got I can hold my own in a fight.
Why are you even asking him this? He's one of the heroes of the Ixochitl conflict. You know this.
Okay, was I there in seeing him fight?
Yeah,
there was
you
a
were
possibility
there
that
when
he
he
was
came
following
back.
you all around with a sewing needle. I don't know.
Mother, you were there when he came back, and when Father congratulated him for bringing back the most Ixochitl prisoners.
I was there when that happened, yes, not what led to it.
Okay.
And I stand corrected. Also, you're the ones that are all being... I am a queen, but everybody can relax.
Highness, speaking of which, would you like another drink?
Sure, I would love one, Gwar. Thank you for asking.
Of course. An excuse for me to get one for myself.
Gets up.
I'll take one too, Gwar.
All right, now it's a party. Yes.
Gwar, as you walk up to the bar, you see the door kind of swings open, and you see Noros and Seren walking in. Give me a perception check on Seren.
What's my plus now? Okay, yeah, that is an 18.
18. You notice that like Seren actually was the one that kind of pushed the door open, and as it kind of swings back, you see her kind of like move her head suddenly just to kind of come out of it, and you actually see a moment where there is that trailing look that you've seen before. As you see Seren is in the process of going ethereal again.
Shit.
Okay, Gwar, Noros has the... Actually, Noros, why don't you give the box to Ilryn? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay. Huh, it's heavy. Okay. It just kind of like walks off.
Oh. Sarah, do you need a drink?
Yeah.
I got you.
And Seren started to talk to you about the whole experience with Noros and the Dormouse, explaining that it could be a way into Eriscar. It is fairly pricey, and we would have to get exact measurements of everyone in the party, or just possibly just maybe show up for the door. And then also she says, like, also don't look at his ears.
Well, now I'm going to look at his ears.
I
Why
know
would you
that's what
say
Noro
that?
said, and that's exactly what I said. Why would you even say that but just now you at least know not to.
Okay, I mean, I wish I didn't know that. I probably wouldn't have... Oh, god damn it. Alright, you look a little flushed. Pale. What? See-through? Translucent? What? What is happening right now?
You see her eyes kind of like snap open and she's... Oh, shit. I'll be back later.
Do you need something stronger? Okay.
No, I'm good. Thank you. You see her just kind of push her way back out the door.
Be safe.
She pushes back in. She goes, "Are you serious?"
I don't know. I'm just worried about you.
Have another drink, Gwar.
Can I have yours? All right. Noros.
So Noros comes over and goes, "My queen, there's no good way to hand this to you, but pushes it across the table." As you see this little box that it takes you a minute for you to kind of like recognize that it seems to be almost like a miniature coffin.
I look at it and I look at Brumhilda because she had the same thing for Venris, and I say, how do these little things work?
Do you want to know, or just it does the trick?
I mean, is it a full body inside? Like, is it?
Yes.
Okay, that's a cat. If, say, I want to try to resurrect someone, how do I take them out of this box?
Well, you... Yeah, okay. Someone has to go in and get it.
Is it going to be another situation like Patch?
You want to make sure that there's someone at the other end?
What? I don't understand.
As long as the box remains open, time is connected between the two. That's when it's closed. Looks over at Patch. That is Patch in the room? I can't remember.
Is Patch in the room with us right now?
Wilbur, does Patch follow in?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
Patch just staring at like a corner of the table.
So you
and just
could have just kept the box open and Patch would be fine?
I could have, but then anyone could have went in and grabbed.
Okay.
It was the best idea at the time.
Okay. Has Gwar come back to the table?
Yeah, I would say so, probably.
Okay. I look at my drink and my mother's, and I say, well, after we finish these, I would like to go upstairs and see if we can commune with Persona and speak with Kanos, if that's all right with you.
The both of us.
Yes.
Your Highness, I upgraded you to a mead, but I also got you another beer in case you didn't like the mead, in which case I will also drink the mead. And I also have Seren's drink, and I'll drink that if she doesn't want it. Noros, I got you one just in case, and I'll drink that too if you don't want it. Oh, and here you go, Ilryn.
Thank you. I just think
seems
that
if
your
we are,
affinity.
It seems if we are going to be involved in the presence of Persona, we should probably be at our wits. Wouldn't you agree?
To our wits!
I'm fine. I just think that with your affinity as well and devotion, that it will maybe open some more doors. Because what I want to do is a little bit out of the normal realm of communing with him. It's worked before, but...
Okay. We need to be here in this place?
I mean, no, we can be anywhere.
Great. Well, it's been lovely meeting and chatting with you all. My daughter and I are going to adjourn to the carriage that is hopefully untouched outside.
To the hopefully untouched carriage!
Okay. Well,
She does. Actually, I'm going to roll for that.
Milo joins you in the cheers. To the hopefully untouched marriage.
Right on cue. Right on cue. You say that at the same time as she just looks at Norris and goes, Norris? My queen. And you follow your mother out to the carriage.
I look back at everyone and I mouth, I'm sorry.
Okay, so as Ilryn goes out with Ilryn to the carriage, there's a moment where there is, at least in the vicinity around you, there is a moment where there's a clear, like, kind of sigh and relaxing of the shoulders.
The warmth comes back.
The warmth comes back into the room. You
Fire
see,
grows 3 sizes.
you see that there's like a couple of like patrons from far away at another end of the table, like kind of like cheers to each other and like clink glasses.
Merriment.
And merriment of recognizing, oh, she's gone.
She's not that bad, guys.
I mean,
Severe.
so yeah,
she likes me, so.
Gwar, Wilbur, and Milo, you guys are back at the table. Seren is obviously not there, but Seren did pass along the information to you, Gwar.
What do you think "don't look at his ears" meant?
I don't know. It could be some sort of code. Noros, I mean, what do you think about all this? You were there.
She said my name, so that wasn't, the start.
That's true.
That is true. Yeah. To her remembering your name.
You really need to work out whatever issue you're having with your mother-in-law.
And father-in-law.
I need to work out.
And
Yes.
wife.
Yeah. Okay. So the problem's with me. It's not with her.
No. What I'm saying is that
No, I want the hairy child to tell me what they mean by that.
Okay, first of all, I'm a halfling. That's
yeah,
highly
that's
offensive.
racist.
I wasn't talking about you. Wasn't when I left, that's what we were calling. Is that not what we're?
Really, Noros, that is beneath you.
It's pretty rude.
His name's Wilbur.
You see Noros just mouthing a bunch of expletives in your direction, Wilbur.
Yeah. Gwar smiles at him like, yeah, come on, man.
Is that from across the room? I'll kill you.
It's Michael Scott, like.
I'm just saying that you can't even acknowledge your mother-in-law without nearly wetting your own pants. Maybe it's time to work on that.
I'm acknowledging her as the queen of the fucking place that I live and exist. She could kill me in an instant by just not even doing anything but snapping her fingers.
Would she do that though? Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
You sound a little dramatic right now.
Also, just so you know, on land, wetting your pants is way more noticeable than I'm guessing it is in
I didn't wet my pants, and he says that too loud.
Everybody
in the room just, yeah, record rip.
Oh, okay.
He didn't wet his pants.
I said I didn't.
To dry pants.
To dry pants.
Everybody cheers to dry pants. With that, we cut from that scene. We hear to dry pants. Once we hear pants is when we cut to outside. As we see Eldrin and Ilryn. yeah, it's just raining all of a sudden.
That's a great wipe. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Karen, we're gonna need a moment. Karen, right?
No, that was my that's my cousin.
Oh shit! Wait,
Derek.
sorry. The DM screwed up.
That would be amazing, though. I mean, that's very Ilryn.
We all look alike.
No,
it's fine.
no, that's
it's really. I mean, honestly,
I'm gonna admit it was the DM saying it.
I mean, she got his name wrong the first time, so.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, close enough. What's up?
Great. So we're gonna go in, but you, I assume we can't do this while we're moving.
I mean, I'd prefer not to. I'm staying here.
Right.
Do you want me
Are
to
you
find...
sure? You can
I'm
definitely.
Because I can find a place that's
wait.
like not the middle of the road. Do you want me to?
When did you want Gwar to come with you? Am I coming with you?
Today.
Or just
Am
Gwar?
I?
That's what we're talking about right now.
Am I talking? Am I?
Hey, Eric, can you give us a second, please? Thank you.
Sorry, my bad. My apologies.
Okay, well, let's just stay here and do this
I'm
thing.
not staying here.
No, I'm saying inside the cart.
Carriage, dear. Carriage. Learn the lingo.
Okay. Can we sit in
Okay.
this cramped carriage instead of going up to a room that has, more?
Thank you.
Okay.
Elric, you said that you wanted to park it somewhere else.
I just figured it doesn't really fit.
Speak up, please.
I just figured it doesn't fit in with the current setting, so I could find a more open, quieter place for you to have your conversation.
That's wonderful. Whatever you think is best. You know this area better than both of us do, so I'm very sorry for my mother, Derek.
Well, Eric, you're not from here, right? You're from Eisenheim proper.
Yeah, we used to come down here when we didn't mind getting in trouble. I've been around.
Right, but you didn't live here.
I currently live in.
See, my
Eisenheim
daughter
proper.
currently is staying here, so maybe she would know the best place.
No.
Okay.
I've
well,
been to here in Midtown, Mother. I don't even have the proper paperwork to go into Eisenheim proper.
Oh, with this carriage, we can do whatever we want.
Yes.
Okay, well.
So again, if you would like to spend the night
It's one of the fun parts of diplomatic immunity.
in the castle,
Oh, so diplomatic immunity is a thing now, but not when I was, almost arrested.
it follows the carriage, dear.
Can we just go and do this?
Fine. Derek, just stay
Yes,
here.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Not Derek. Eric?
You said it correctly this time.
She's just not. She's speaking to herself as she opens the carriage, as she
would
accidentally
not-
says your
she-
name correctly.
She would not open the carriage. Derek would have grabbed the
Oh.
door.
My apologies. You were absolutely correct. Yes. Cool. And you closes behind you. What's the deal?
I want to commune with Persona. When I did this once, I was able to speak with Fenris, so I'm thinking that we can speak with Kanos.
Right. Yes, but obviously you're upset with me.
Do you want to do this now? Sure. Okay. This is good time as any. Yeah, I'm mad at you. You wrote me that really confusing letter, and then nothing has changed. You still act. I don't know. I feel like you have us all at like an arm's length.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That would be 14.
Roll to 15. I don't understand what you're talking about. I have come to your neck of the woods after saving your behind. And this is how I am treated. I realize things are difficult for you right now. They're difficult for me as well. We learn to live and exist in this world despite the differences we have with it. And that's just the way it is.
You said in your letter that what I did in following my heart made you reevaluate your 30-year relationship with Father.
I don't know if I said it quite like that.
So what's going on with that? Because you can't deny that you love each other. Just because it didn't start off that way doesn't mean that it's not how it is.
I never said I didn't love the man.
I know that.
I just don't think I can answer that question right now. But please understand there is a reason for all of this. And it happened to work out that there needed to be some sort of royal ambassador on your behalf.
I already thanked you for it. You told me not to, so...
You don't need to, but you're welcome.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Anything else?
I was just gonna apologize for being rude.
Oh, no, sorry. Please continue.
That's it. I'm sorry for being rude. But you really frustrate me. And I am not always the best at controlling my feelings when I am frustrated. Okay, are we done now?
Well, you definitely don't get that from your father, so I accept it.
Okay. Well, not to make things any more awkward, but this is going to take about 10 minutes, so let's pray.
Oh, we could have done this at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, I will just sit in this dirt pile of a town while you just do whatever you need to do.
Okay. This is weird, but can you, maybe if we hold hands it will have a better connection to Persona. I don't want to, I'm just trying to make this work.
For Persona. And it's the most. I've been rolling really well against your so.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to cast Commune. Yeah.
It's just awkward.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm casting Commune and thinking about Kanos and asking basically Persona to send Kanos instead of talking to him like he did with Venris and hoping that it works.
Okay, you got it. Give me a roll with your spell casting ability.
Okay. And then can I guide myself?
You can. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And your mother's giving you the help action.
Oh, yay. 16. Rolled a 6 and a 9.
Okay.
Stupid dice.
16. With a 16, nice. You wanted to talk to...
Yes. Shut up.
To Volmos, right?
No, to Kanos.
Kano, excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk to the half of Olmos that's there.
Sorry, no, Kanos. You see Kanos kind of just sort of appear before you in a shimmer, and okay.
Okay.
Hey,
this worked.
How's it going? What? You're in a
that.
carriage? She's,
Yes,
he is appearing in front of you, so it's like, it's your mom, Kanos, you.
Yes, Mother felt it was the most appropriate place to do this, so.
Mother, yeah.
She's here.
I'll tell you if this, oh! Hi, Mom! You see, man, I don't even know.
Poor Ilryn.
You see Ilryn looking and like going through just so many emotions on her face, and you see her just go son. Yeah, I know this must be weird. I'm sorry. She doesn't say anything, just kind of like nods.
You told me to reach out if you didn't reach out to me, so
yeah,
this is me reaching out.
Well, so I can tell you that it's definitely somewhat true. I'm trying to be respectful here because I need to keep this line of communication open with you, but so I will just say it is true.
Okay, so I can bring you back then. You have unfinished business here.
That has been left with... Persona has said that they're going to ponder it.
But that doesn't make sense. You're willing. It's your soul, so...
Right, but it's already been... It's already been moved. So coming back fully, from my understanding, takes a... They didn't use the term red tape. It seems like there was a lot of that.
What does that even mean?
Roll me an insight check.
That would be a 27.
27. With a 27, good lord, you get the idea that there is, you are being very open with your emotions in this moment. You feel that, Jesus, that Kanos is actually having a hard time doing so. With a 27, you get the idea of like, I don't want to upset the guy that might make this a possibility. So I can't respond to your frustrations.
This just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I don't...
Yeah, I know. Listen, you keep doing what you're doing. I will keep trying on my end. I'm sure that there's some way we can make this work. You know, I am here now and have been here for a time, so I understand where things might get complicated. But rest assured, I will absolutely help in the ability and wherever I can. guess just give us time. Or don't. If you can solve it without me, great. But I would rather be there to make sure my brother comes back home safe.
Keep your body around with me just in case Persona decides to grant me this request.
With a 27 insight, you look at Kanos and you see Kanos kind of, he just does one of these, like, he just does this face, like this. I don't know if that's anything to do with the issue. And then this is the point Ilryn does speak up. So then can we bury you? Looks back. Yeah, I don't think that's... Yeah. Yeah. Aldrin, you feel... the 27-2, there's also the point where, like, you are also... This is a carriage in the middle of a dirty part of town. It is not the temple that you had built for Persona that has an extra sort of amount of protection around it. So it seems like that is also kind of affecting the connection as well.
Yeah.
I think if I'm helping you, I won't need my body.
That's not what I want. I want you to come back.
I guess that was... deceiving on my part. I'm sorry. I'm coming back for my brother.
Understood.
But, I mean, assuming that this does work, at least we'll be able to have some time together and being able to teach these land beings a thing or two on respect of the dead.
Well, I don't really have anything else to say.
You don't need to respond, Mom, but it is good to see you. Okay. I will, assuming I'm able to get the go-ahead, I will reach out as soon as I can.
Okay.
I love you guys. Well, perhaps that is for the best.
Ilryn takes the little coffin and just kind of slams it on the bench and says, "Yep, I'm sure it is. I'll go get Gwar for you," and then gets up to storm out.
She, in the speed that is showing you not only an emotional connection that your mother has now broken through to grab your arm, but also the she still got it sort of thing, as she reaches out, grabs your arm. I know this is hard. Our family has not been right for what seems like a long time. but I trust that. I believe. We will be in the light again. She lets go.
And before leaving, I just say, I'm just really angry, and I don't know how to deal with it.
I think if you say that, she doesn't let go. So we'll wreck on that. I understand anger. You are for sure my daughter. Let that anger, pats the top of your hand, explode, not implode. And then she pulls you in closer with a 18 on her athletics check.
I won't fight it.
Pulls you in, takes out a piece of sawdust from the roof or something that has fallen into your hairs. Princess, after all. Always look the part. She lets go.
Okay. I'll go get Gwar.
You open the carriage. Derek Erickson is kind of waiting, I think maybe perched up along the like a banister, like right next to like outside, but just trying to make sure that he has a full view of what's going on.
Princess, are you done?
Oh yeah, for now I'm gonna one of my friends is gonna accompany my mother back to the castle. So I'm gonna go get him.
Great.
Okay.
As you walk in, Ilryn, give me a what is Ilryn feeling in this moment?
She is angry and trying not to cry, and also really confused because she's angry at Persona and she doesn't know how to deal with that.
What state does she walk into for the three of you that are in there at the table right now without seeing her? This is a question for all three of you.
I think Milo. I think Milo is going to want to rehash Ilryn sitting with, like, the weirdness of Ilryn sitting with us. So, like, I think Eldrin walks into Milo loudly saying, and then she said, "Little one, what's your deal?" And I'm like, I don't know if she's talking about Wilbur or like Seren's not that tall, or like I don't know what was happening. Eldrin's back.
Yeah, and you see Noros also just like I know, right? And like it's like that's just, if that's royalty, just to be rude, I don't really want to be royalty.
Milo's gonna like lightly slap him in the face.
What the?
Meanwhile,
you're
Gwar
so
the whole...
stupid.
Yeah.
You're stupid. Hey, you know what? You're stupid. You see, he like gets up.
Meanwhile, Gwar the whole time has been defending Ilryn, like she's been cool to me.
You see, Noros is just up like at the table, just yelling at the pile of clothes and the hairy child that is sitting there. And Ilryn, I think it's up to you, but I think there's a moment of like respite from that feeling. I imagine that there's a moment of like, there's family, and then there's the Mongoose Crew.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might bring you some comfort.
Yeah, I think a little bit. I think there's something Norris would recognize very quickly, but the other three at the table might recognize a little. There's a mask that goes up that is very reminiscent of when they first met Ilryn. The like, I'm not gonna show any emotion. I'm not gonna like, kind of like that deadened like. And so she just comes over to the table and says, Gwar, if you'd like to go with my mother to the castle, now would be the time.
Would I notice that shift? I like to think I would, but
roll me an insight check. You're possibly facing the opposite direction. We'll see how that works now.
But I would imagine I would notice it at least whenever she sits down.
Lorianne, do you think this is a conscious thing, or do you think it's like when you get around your family and you get an accent again?
I think it's conscious in the sense she knows that she's trying to just turn off the emotions.
Like it's an active coping mechanism?
Yeah, it's an active coping mechanism. That's why I think Norris would recognize it immediately. Like, oh god, I've seen this before.
Norris rolled a 19. He definitely notices it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's an 18 for me as well.
Cool. Yeah, you definitely notice that.
What happened?
Nothing. I just had unhealthy expectations. It's fine. I don't know if I'm expected to go with you. We didn't really
do you
hammer
want
that
to?
out.
You want to?
I don't think it's needed.
That's not what I asked you.
No, I don't.
I look at Noros and I just go like...
Yeah, Noros just speaks up and goes, "You're a princess. You get to choose what you want."
I want to go shopping with my friends.
There she is.
Besides, I'm the one with the money, so...
Noros, with that, he is like in the process of getting up to kind of offer his own seat to you, and you say that in money, and goes, "Fine," and just gets back down.
Yeah.
Broomhilda's here too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think while this was all going on, I'm joking around. I think at one point I probably would have like checked in on her. Like I probably would have like just given her hand a little squeeze or something, just to like, wordlessly like, "You okay?"
Okay. Roll me an insight check.
That is a 15.
She gives you a small smile, but you notice that she does not squeeze your hand back in response.
Okay. Do I sense that she's having an overall okay time during all of this? Or is she just kind of like in her own world?
I think I think it's a moment of, can we please never stop doing this so I don't need to think about things.
Okay.
But yeah, there's something else with that, but you don't really
Sure.
It's something, but you're not sure.
So as I'm about to leave, I think I just like say one more thing to everybody. So I think to Broomhilda, well, no, I'm gonna save her for last. I look at Ilryn and I say, "Keep them safe."
I'll escort you out. I should at least say goodbye to her.
All right, fine. Hang on. I look at Noros and I go, "Have some faith in yourself, man. You're great. And if she doesn't see that," pointing to the carriage, "that's not your fault, and that's not your problem."
Why are you talking to him like you're never coming back?
You say that to Noros, and Noros like kind of like he goes to like say something, and you continue like.
So, she's not. You just gotta act like she's not that important.
Okay, sorry.
She could tap him killed with the snap of her finger.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying she would. I'm just saying that that's kind of unrealistic to.
I was gonna go out with you to the carriage. We don't need to have this conversation here.
Okay. Yeah, come with us.
Milo, I think your beard is great.
Gwar, do you think you're gonna die?
No! I just really like all of you, and I haven't said anything in a while. And then I lean into
I look
Wilbur.
at like the 5 empty glasses in front of him.
Yeah.
I lean into, because I've had all of them, except for 2. There's 2 left.
Give me a con save just for fun while you're doing this.
Yes, I lean into that is a 21.
You're good.
I lean into Wilbur and I say, "Don't kill Tal without me."
Anything you want me to tell Seren?
Yeah, just tell her I hope she feels better.
Sorry, Wilbur, I cut you off.
That's okay. What do you mean she doesn't feel good?
Oh yeah, you didn't see her. She looked like I could kind of see through her a little bit. They're really pale, but like I think I saw the guy behind her through her.
You see Brimhilda kind of looking at the deal.
Oh.
So
that's what it does?
So where did Seren go now? Like, is she gone?
I just point to the door. That way.
Probably the hospital.
So she may have left to go. Oh boy.
What if she's going to the castle?
Yeah, we didn't invite her. I mean, she's fine, but shouldn't she come with us?
Actually, we're to be separate. Norris, give him your bracelet. Or no, wait, I can give you mine. Except, because I can't use it the rest of the day. If you lose this, or break it, or it comes back like anything less than what it is now, I will not hesitate to kill you.
You're welcome to try. I mean,
this is my most prized possession, and I hand it to him.
I look at Noros like.
Noros is looking at you like, hey, dude, I know that expression. Don't just.
He's right over there.
Norris knows why it's my most prized possession, but
yeah,
yeah, okay. And I hand it to you.
Also, I think it's like it's known within the party, but it's very fair for Gwar to not remember because I think you've stated it before, right?
Yeah. I think I've stated. No, I have never said why. I have just said it's my most prized possession.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. But like
okay.
most things, I think Ilryn's taking it too seriously. So, do you hand it to me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's right here. I look at Brimhilda and I say, please stay on this plane of existence. I'd like to do this again with you. You know, we could have like a proper time together whenever.
I've heard of a thing called a double date. We could do that.
Well, I didn't know if it was okay to call it that yet, but I just wanted to let you know I'd love to spend way more time in taverns with you, if you want. So
Norris and I can be a lot of fun, right, Norris?
Maybe Gwar should be paying attention to what he's about to go and do. Talk to the King of Imaea.
Oh yes, what I'm about to go do, and then I just like hug Brimhilda. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. You squeezed my armor and crushed it. Okay, all right. All right, bye, everybody.
You see a couple people who are very in their cups just go, ah!
Yeah! And I take the 2 drinks I haven't had and I walk out.
Hi, Gwar, don't die.
While we're walking out, Gwar, is there anything you need me to pick up for you in town?
Surprise me. In a good way.
You won't be getting anything.
No, that's a bad surprise.
Okay.
I look at Milo.
Getting anything?
I look at Milo. Do you understand what I mean by surprise me? Like I'd like something, but like based on what you know about me, what you think I would like.
What if you don't get anything bad? Is that a good surprise?
Sure. I just want to know that you thought of me. You know, it feels good.
It'd be like a,
Okay.
like a
We
keychain
don't
or
need to
something.
we don't need to give Gwar any more mead.
No, I don't need any. No, look, I'm fine. I meant
You're
like
not
something
planning
cool I
on-
can use in battle, or something I can use to like I don't know. So, you know what? I'm really bad at being sneaky.
Yeah.
If there's anything you can help me with that would be good.
You're
Because
not
otherwise,
planning
just
on
clank,
giving
you
that-
know.
drink to my mother in the carriage, are you?
No, it's for me.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Why?
Why
do you-
I
why do
feel
you
like that
ask?
would be.
Hey, but I'd slow down on that. You're like getting to the point where you're like not fun drunk.
Gwar, you're about to. You see Broomhilda look at you, Ilryn, and gives you a look.
Such a waste.
You can have it.
Oh, you're giving me a look for
Please.
something different. Okay.
Please. This is important. Just okay.
Eldrin says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to get frustrated with you. I thought the look was you wanted me to like lesser restore him or something, and I didn't want to waste a spell slot."
No, it's fine.
So I'm the waste. Okay.
Okay, well you've made her wait long enough.
That's how she knows I'm worth it. Bye, everyone. Yes.
Same people. Ah!
To dry pants. And I leave.
Dry pants. And points and like all are like pointing at Noros. Noros just kind of sinks a little deeper. And
What is that about?
never mind. Let's just go out and say bye to your mother.
Okay.
Oh,
wait. I turn to Karen and I say, "Did you decide yet if we can buy the shell phone off of you?"
Oh, well, it's kind of a family heirloom thing.
You told me that you were leasing it last time we spoke,
Sure.
so which one is
Yep,
it?
it's a family heirloom that we lease from time to time.
Fine. I turn around.
Cool. You turn around. As you turn around, as you guys are leaving, Karen is going to quickly kind of like look at you all while this is going. They're going to quickly kind of like look at the rest of you. Well, this has been fun. Slaps, I think Milo and Wilbur on the back. This has been fun. It's been great to talk with all of you, and I think my part in this is done. So I'm gonna skedaddle. I think just find a place, just to, rest my hat. Sort of. Okay.
Milo's as he's like trying to make his exit, Milo's going to try and pick his pocket for the shell phone.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Yes. My sleight of hand. 22.
With a 22, you do manage to kind of stick your hand in. He goes, "Oh, that tickles. Please don't do that. Usually I
Milo
have to
comes out
pay
just
for that sort of thing. Anyways, goodbye, everybody."
And Milo, he walks away, and Milo's just holding that piece of string that's in the bottom of every pocket. That
Yes,
you like
yes.
you can't stop messing with.
Yep. Yeah, and he goes. There's no other door here, so he just kind of pushes himself out a first floor window, and then just scuttles off into the
Isn't
night.
he staying upstairs?
Yeah, the
Not
best thing is he's
anymore.
been staying
Not
here.
anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. He
Services
wants
have been
out.
rendered.
Out. So yeah.
Ilryn gave him a nice gold hair thing. He's got to go
Mhm.
sell that.
Yep. Cool. As you pass by Grix, Grix is like wiping down the counters. Oh, you leaving with those? Oh. Yeah, all right, whatever. As Gwar, you're walking out with both 2 beer steins of whatever liquid you walked out with, honestly.
Oh, I'll be back, Greg. Well, I don't know his name. I'll be back, barkeep. Thank you for your service this evening.
All right. Yeah.
Or
Bye!
That is.
Yep. It's all right. Good. Bye. And head out. As soon as you step outside, the door is open. You see Derek Erickson is kind of like nervously kind of like pushing his boot into the ground, and you can see your mother is waiting very far in the carriage. You can kind of see the darkness over her face, but she goes, "You've kept me waiting long enough."
Oh, apologies, Highness. I brought you something.
A gift. Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I froze. I'm good.
Okay. It's a gift. And she goes to take it. Just kind of an open lid sort of thing in the carriage, huh?
I mean, being one of your state, I assumed you had the grace necessary to keep it balanced.
So you haven't given me a gift, you've given me a project.
A project that gets you drunk, Highness.
Get in the carriage.
Yes, ma'am.
And as Gwar gets in, as if you need direction on where to go, you hear Ilryn just say to Derek, "We're going to the castle."
Yes, yes, Your Highness. You feel the whole carriage kind of
Mother, are you
juggle,
just
and then you
not-
see Derek, like right to the other window that Ilryn's like sitting next to,
Mhm.
and and he just pokes his head in. Your Highness, I typically it wouldn't be an issue, but we did just have this carriage cleaned, so if I trust you, but if you could make sure your guest
I
has
know you're
the
not about to say what you're about to say.
Yes, what are you about to say, small friend?
I'm about to say I will personally have to pay for the cleaning this time.
You look really familiar.
I have a large family.
Karen?
They're all kind of.
Well,
Is
you
this all
two deal with
happening
that. She reaches over, opens the door and goes, "Sorry, daughter, goodbye."
Okay, well, farewell. I love you.
I love you as well. Make sure you're eating plenty of fish. You look a little pale.
Bye, Eldrin. I love you too.
That's enough, Gwar.
Goodbye, Gwar.
Okay.
Closes the game.
I look at Noros, who just came with me, and I'm like, did you just come?
I was going to say goodbye, and then I chickened out.
That's what she said.
As
You
soon
don't
as
need to
Gwar,
impress
as
her.
soon as Gwar says the name Karen, and Ilryn like opens the door, there's an out, and you just see Derek back up to the driver's seat. Nope, no Karen, nope.
Where did he go?
Incredible. Okay. And you see the carriage kind of starts off and...
Whoa!
And I'll say with that, it's a little early, but with that, it just feels like the right spot to take our 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Bye. And we are back. Okay, so coming into the day at this point, it is, excuse me, if I recall, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I recall you guys came in, I'd want to say like probably like around noon, right? There was like that kind of like morning sort of thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I'd say it's about it's funny. So you guys full on did some heavy day drinking. So it's about maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. That time
And
you
we had
guys
to
are kind of
wait,
right at it.
like what, an hour or so for Ilryn to
Yeah.
even show up. So okay.
So it's midday. As you guys venture out.
Before we go out, we
Yeah.
have to figure out how we're gonna dress Wilbur.
Yeah.
I look at Wilbur and I look at Milo and I say, Milo, can you like splice something together really quick to like if we go upstairs? I don't know, he needs a deep hood. And
Why don't we just stuff him in a backpack or something?
Why don't we stuff you in a backpack?
Why don't we stuff you in a backpack, okay? You'd be able to fit more than I would.
You need to take a fucking chill
Why are
pill.
you being so
Why don't you
combative right
make
now?
me? Why don't you
Norris.
make me? No, you haven't heard him talk to me
I'm
since
just
you were
being
gone.
honest with you. All I said was you really need to like mend things with your mother-in-law.
Yes, that's. I mean, I don't see how he
No,
could. It's
that's
not really
not
on
how.
him.
No, don't even. That's not how he said it. He was like, I need to pull up my man britches, and or something.
I've
No,
never heard
I
Wilbur
said-
speak that way.
All I said is it's clear that you're very afraid of her and something's terribly off because every time you speak to her, it's like you're gonna wet your pants.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's what she said. That's what they said.
Okay. Okay. I mean,
So
in all fairness.
Bag?
No bag. In all fair.
I do have an order in for fabric
Oh.
at a shop. If you give me, is that close at all?
it's in Midtown.
Oh, it's in Midtown. Damn. Never mind.
Well, what if we can disguise him enough to get to the what's that place called that Noros is a member of with Hagen?
Branches?
The branches.
Okay, yeah, I say if we can just disguise him enough to get to the branches, and then Milo can go do his thing to get the fabric, and then Milo can do his amazing work very quickly. I mean, honestly though, like we just need Wilbur in a deep hood, maybe some gloves, so that he can like hold one of our hands and look like a child.
Why can't
Oh,
we
yeah,
just
so-
baby Bjorn me again?
Well, Gwar's not here, and I mean,
So the easy way to do that would be a backpack.
Brimhilda, you're like the biggest out of all of us. Like,
Would you?
I just feel like
Excuse me?
you're so much taller than the rest of us. I'm like, Wilbur's like, what, 2 inches, like, below me, or an inch? Like,
Just looks around.
it's gonna
Okay.
look weird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just say taller.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can we
I mean,
convince
yeah.
people that he is a pet, like, bear cub?
Yeah. Let's do that.
A pet bear cub.
Yep.
I think
pet
that
bear
involves,
cub. That's
I
what
think
I
that would
What?
have to involve a leash, and I'm Wilbur. I don't want
You
to
are
speak
not
to you. I'm
putting
not
a leash
comfortable.
on me.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, it's for your own good.
Norris.
Noros, you are done having any opinions.
Also, what I was trying to say,
Excuse
what I-
me?
I put a hand on his shoulder. What I
That was
trying to
Broomhilda.
say-
What do you mean?
No, that
Before
was
Milo-
Noros. That was Noros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before Milo cut me off about the fabric is, in Norris's defense, it's not on him to make this relationship with my mother. That's on my mother. Norris has done nothing wrong.
Exactly what I said.
All he's done is exist. And if that's
Take
not
that.
okay to her, then she needs to reevaluate her perspective on life. People are
Yeah.
allowed to exist and love her daughter if they're not noble.
It really doesn't seem okay with her that he exists.
I don't think it's his existence. I think it's the fact that I have chosen him.
I mean, I don't know what she doesn't see in him. He's clearly a delightful person.
Elder not understanding. He really is.
No,
really
honey.
Is.
Oh, nope, never mind. He got a 3. You mean that?
See, I told you. He doesn't hate you. I don't know why you ask me that all the time.
I don't, honey, I don't ask that. Did you mean that?
Absolutely, I did.
Deception check.
I choose to believe it.
She's like, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, regardless of what your deception is.
I'm going to say you have advantage on this. Because that's easier.
Okay, good. 12.
12? Okay, yeah. All right, well, sorry I called you a hairy child.
Yeah, things just got a little heated. It happens when you have so many drinks in the middle of the day.
Why are you looking at me? Did you see how many Gwar had?
Yeah, he's not here to look at right now. So.
All right.
So we need
Broomhilda looks up from her drink and just goes, all right, what did you need me for?
So we're gonna
just baby Bjorn me.
Yeah, so we're gonna put we're gonna make sure his hood is up. And then Gwar does this thing where he like straps Wilbur to his chest and like it like goes around and I don't know, Milo's giving him the fabric.
As Eldrin's explaining this, I've already started putting it on Broomhilda. And it straps on like this. I call it a mongoose papoose.
Okay, you're just touching me. Okay. Go ahead.
And Wilbur goes like right here and just like facing outward or inward, whichever like you're more comfortable with. I would probably outward.
Oh, outward. I was gonna say inward so you can hide his face.
Oh, I was thinking outward
here
because
on my neck.
I mean, okay, Broomhilda, let's be realistic right now. Look at me, look at Milo, and look at Noros. And then look at Wilbur. He's not that much shorter than the three of us. How ridiculous would it look if we baby Bjorned him onto us? It would be like
soft.
It would be like almost our entire body.
You'll just, I don't know, maybe you just look like one of those mothers that are carrying their child way past where they should be carrying
you carry him,
yeah,
and
honestly,
it doesn't
that
look
draws
like
more
that.
attention.
Yeah. You want us to be the weird parent?
To a weird hairy baby?
Yeah.
I really feel gaslit right here, gang. I really feel...
I don't know what
like
that...
I mean, Wilbur's already in it. Let's see how it feels. We're just going to the branches. It'll be...
Okay, Wilbur, get in.
Oh, I already... Yeah.
Okay. We all have a pass. We don't have to worry about anyone having to sneak in because Gwar isn't here.
Hold on, no, we need to acknowledge this. Wilbur, you get in this Bjorn, and you're just like this close from Hilda's face.
See, this is why I was saying face outward, because like this is just gonna be you're smelling each other's breath the whole time.
Lean your head over like next to her neck on her shoulder.
Yeah, nuzzle.
Be a sleeping baby. Just be a sleeping baby.
Who made this?
Your dad. Or
What?
Let's go to the branches.
She's talking about the
everybody in the bar. Everybody Noros, Broomhilda, Grix, a couple other patrons all just kind of trying to go, what?
Now, Broomhilda, if you have a way to like do something to help disguise him that's magical, you don't need to hold him like this, but I think you were kind of tapped out.
I quite think this is nice.
Okay. All right.
Oh, he's getting sleepy.
Oh.
He's a drooler.
Can you just put this cowlick down?
Just like Brunhilde, like take the hood and make it like so that it's over his head more, and then like make that is the thing that's up
Oh,
against your head, and
yeah, I could do that, and just fully puts it over your face.
Make
Okay,
sure you can
good.
breathe.
Can you breathe?
Well, you know what? Honestly, I guess if anyone would know he
Fine.
stopped breathing, it would be you. You can feel his breath up against your body.
So
Which,
now I'm
honestly,
also
I feel
responsible
safer.
for
Yeah.
For
him
Wilbur's
to breathe.
being
No,
alive.
I
I mean,
just-
I feel like you and your family have been responsible for him being alive for a very long time.
All right, let's go.
Wait, hold on.
Technically,
I need to
it's not
change.
really the being alive part. It's the, like, this part.
Yeah, it's more the, like, sentience, right? Like...
While they're doing this, Eldrin runs upstairs and gets her bag and changes into her white robes.
Yes, and it feels good.
Mm-hmm. She's not sure how she feels about Persona right now, but at least these robes they don't give her a disadvantage on stealth, and they feel really nice.
And you're killing
They do feel nice. You walk downstairs. You walk downstairs, and you hear an audible wow from someone in the bars, and you see Noro's just kind of like peeking over. Hey, who said that? Hey, who said that? And just moves through the crowd trying to find this guy. Doesn't find anybody. Okay. Well, once Noro's deals with whatever he has to do to be a man, let's go.
What is with him? He is so, like, on edge.
I mean, he knows the way. He'll meet us. He'll meet us.
Noros, we're leaving.
Noros, we're leaving.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, just everybody.
What are you doing?
It's what they do up here. It's all right.
But why? Why are you? Okay, I don't understand. It's fine. I take his hand.
You guys head out. You guys head out. Grix gives a look at the rest of you as you're leaving, like, good job. Like, there's just a clear, like, a moment of, like, you're out of your element, dude. And you guys head off into the day. As you guys head out, there's a couple of, like, there's just a couple of moments, like even just going through Colville, that you all kind of acknowledge, whether you do or you don't. There's a moment where, like, we just kind of, like, pan out camera wise and we see what the ridiculousness of this group looks like, as you are all approaching the gates. I believe you guys have enough badges, correct?
Yes, we almost didn't, because Gwar didn't have one, but he was going to disguise self, and he doesn't have to now.
Cool. You got it. Cool. And you guys head out, and you are now in Midtown. Okay. As you are in Midtown, you notice that everything's pretty much how you left it for the most part. I think you do notice that, like, there's a couple of sort of places where you can see some, like, random acts of vandalism. You notice that the circus tent is absolutely gone, and now there's actually just other, like, houses being built in its place. The first place that you walk by is the branches.
Okay, so we can go in there. Milo, you can do your thing with Wilbur, and I mean, usually I would have Seren do this, but I can talk to Hagen and see if he can give us more information on Aeroscar or anything he might know.
Yeah, I know Wilbur's measurements. I think he's probably safer here than...
Oh yeah, you're going to the... Oh, okay, yes. You need to go get the fabric and then you'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to come with you? And then Wilbur and Broomhilda can stay here and get the information about Aeroscar? How do you want to do this?
I can go on my own. I can go on my own. You stay here and
Last time we
work out the
separated, there
tactical
was awful creatures that were Norris's friends that became beasts, and then we had to kill them, and they almost killed you. So I just want to make sure, we're all okay.
I'll stay out of the alleys
guys?
this time.
Well, you were there, Norris.
No, I know. I'm just saying I haven't heard anything.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, did you block that out? I don't think we really talked about it.
Did we kill them all?
I think we...
Surely we didn't kill all 3 of them.
Well, Crix is still alive, but he wasn't there.
Okay, this conversation's getting weird now.
Okay, well, yeah, let's...
It's been a long month.
Norris, lead the way. I mean, you're the one that's an actual member of this place.
Hey, Milo.
Yeah.
You might want to add a couple inches to my girth measurement, because I feel like if I'm not walking, like I'm not right now, I bloat.
Okay. Do you have any?
Just thought.
Do you have any requests? Do you like? I mean, I know we don't want it flashy, but do you have any like?
Nope. Just like make it look like Grove-like. I don't know.
And are we doing a butt flap, or are we doing like a empty as we go situation?
What if it's more of like
definitely...
like a cloak, so that he can just poop?
Yeah, probably just needs to be a cloak.
Just open bottom. Okay.
Are you gonna poop in here?
No, I won't.
There's a couple.
Any
roll me a Constitution saving throw, DC 20.
a
Are you
Constitution
serious?
saving throw?
I am absolutely serious.
Milo, I'm gonna leave it to your.
Aww.
You're the expert here, so I mean, maybe some gloves. And we can do this shopping later. But maybe like if the store you're in, they have like any like masks or anything like that, because we can always just say that he's our child that was badly scarred from something horrible that happened, and he wears the mask because he's ashamed of his face.
I rolled so close. I
It's
got
a really
an 18.
sad story, but okay.
Yeah, but how
18.
dare anyone question it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say with an 18, you definitely did. But before she's able to check, she's like, just in case, she just presses hesitation.
But yes, while you're out. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, can you just if you need to, can you just tell me?
Yes, I will try to give you a heads up. Or a butts up.
Well, while Milo is getting this fabric, I think it's a good idea that we come up with this story for Wilbur. We need a new name. We need a tragic backstory. Why he's wearing a mask. Something where if it's questioned, there's just the audacity of them. You know? We'll figure it out. I do like the scarred aspect. Like maybe he goes scarred in a fire, and he's just so embarrassed of his face.
Yeah. And like there was this, he was scarred from like a chandelier crashing down on him.
And then if anyone's like, we need to see his face, you can be like, how dare you talk to my child that way?
Or maybe I have a deadly virus and I have to wear it.
Good. We could get one of those scary masks that's like a beak.
Yeah, and you can put like
Zaris
good smelling stuff in it.
In his office, and I always wondered why, and he's just said it was cool.
It's a plague mask. It's what they have to wear when they're.
Why would Zaris have one underwater? It made no sense.
I don't
mean,
know.
have you met the man? He doesn't really make that much sense.
It's true.
Who's Zaris?
What?
He is Zaris.
Oh, I thought you said who's Zaris, and I was like, oh, Milo.
The Underdark was rough.
Milo, it was the Shadowfell.
Oh my god.
But I don't want the mask to be scary. I mean, I don't want anyone to be afraid of me.
Let's let Milo go do his thing, and we can discuss the outfit, the costume.
We'll see how it rolls out. It'll I'll let the fabric talk to me.
You could be the little plague doctor to Seren's creepiness that's going on right now. We can have a whole story. This is great. I need this right now to take my mind off of horrible things.
That's why I'm allowing it to happen. Good. You comfortable, Wilbur?
Yes, very.
Okay. What are we doing while Milo's off to
We're going to come up with Wilbur's cover story, and we're also going to talk to Hagen or anyone else in the branches that might know something about Asgard, so we can get the lay of the land and any intel that could be helpful. Maybe they have some information about the Mortimers. Who knows? But they seem to have a lot of information at their disposal. And luckily, I say as I squeeze Norris's hand, we have someone who is a member.
Yep. That's me. Okay. All right. Well, let's so no one's going with Milo? That's Noros, not the DM.
Yeah,
He seems to think he's fine.
Milo just like shrugs and turns away and starts walking probably the right direction.
Roll me a survival check. Straight.
A 7.
Milo. Nope.
Well,
it's further down that way. Maybe someone should go with him.
Oh, no, I got it. You're good.
Why don't I go and you two spend some time?
Okay, give me the baby.
Oh, gladly. And you see her, like, she tries to take the backpack off. Her strength is an 8, so she's not very strong at all. So like she tries to take the backpack off and just immediately just Wilbur, you drop like 5 feet, almost hitting the ground.
Hey.
Sorry, okay. Here you go.
Even though Wilbur's like, not that much shorter than me, I put him on and because my strength is much better than Broomhilda's, I actually am standing up straighter than she was.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm like, I mean, it's odd looking, but oh well.
Okay. Yep. Oh, all right.
Have
Milo,
fun, you too.
Let's go. Great. And
Milo can't enter the branches without Hagen letting him, right?
Okay. Right.
That's why he was really not wanting to go in and do that.
Yeah.
Love that. Cool. And as you guys head off into separate directions, walking into the branches, and Milo and Brunhilde going off further down the street, we are going to cut over to another figure not too far ahead, as we see a large carriage,
a cart
being just an apple cart, and then after that is the carriage. You see a large carriage that is running along the cobblestone, still in Midtown, just about to approach the other gate. This is this is okay.
I mean, for where we are, I mean, I know it's not probably what you're used to, but oh, by the way, should I pour a little on the floor for Derek?
So I was gonna say, Gwar, I appreciate your candor and honesty. You have been in the presence of a king before, right?
Well, of course.
Okay, so you know how to act. There's a whole sort of royal thing that you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, I'm familiar with it. I've never had to do it myself, but I'm aware that there's a lot of ritualistic regalia and pomp and circumstance and all of that. So.
Okay, good. Gwar, roll me a deception check in the realms of like absolutely knowing what to do.
Okay. 11.
11, cool. Okay. Well, in case it's been a little bit of time, just remember that you're always to be standing straight up, but shoulders not too far back. You don't want to look like you're giving any impression other than absolute fidelity and servitude to the king.
Yes,
sure
to stand at attention, of course, Highness. Yeah.
Well, not really attention as much as just... so, practice with me. Imagine that you're standing up. Go ahead. Okay, you need to lurch forward a little bit more. Just lean in a little bit more. Okay. It's impressive how strong your back is, Gwar, but I need you to move and just relax the shoulders a little. Okay, better. All right. And then you know to bow and to not lift your head until the king... says so.
Well, yes, Your Highness.
Okay, right. And if anyone is to enter, I would assume that you are not to speak until you are addressed, not only by the king, but whomever else is in the court, as they're likely above you.
Will there be people in the mezzanine?
In station, you buffoon.
Come on, Highness. I was pulling your leg. That's a land thing. I'm not literally pulling your leg. I would never do such a thing. Just a colloquialism.
I'm aware of the term, Gwar.
Okay. Sorry, Ilryn is not very good at this stuff, so I apologize.
If we want the king to listen and hear what you have to say, you are coming unannounced, so we are already at a minus score as it is, but hopefully the king is in a good mood and will hear you out.
Your Highness, I may have had a few, and I know I can come across a bit raucous, but I can handle myself and carry myself pretty well amongst. I've impressed quite a few nobles in my day, so I think I'll be
as
all
you
right.
do. As you say so, give me a dex saving throw.
Yes. Of course I will. That's an 8.
Cool. With an 8, you lurch forward as the cab kind of comes to a halt in front of the gate, and you were able to catch yourself, but it's a very awkward position as you are sitting across from the queen, and you catch yourself pretty much about 6 inches from her neck.
Yep.
Gwar.
You smell nice, Highness.
Please move away before I make you.
Of course. Was not ready for that. Yeah, that was yeah.
Would you like some water?
I'm always happy to accept a beverage, especially one from a queen. I want you to know I got this. I've got this.
Okay. All right. Do me a favor. Before we head into Eisenheim proper, you will not be able to do this. Please dump out the contents of your beverage. You do it behind you.
But like not in the carriage. Like I would
It's
assume
a closed
like
carriage.
Derek's
It goes right into that hole where Derek is.
That's exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah.
Yep. It goes right. Derek, as you were completely splashed. All right. with just a bunch of sticky mead.
God damn it.
Oh,
God damn
oh,
it.
shit.
It's fine. It's fine. Come here. Give me a glass. As Ilryn says, it's fine. Thank you. Create water. Puts water in a glass. Gives it back to you.
I down it.
Okay, great. Give that to me. And this just happens like a couple more times. Cool. Gwar, give me your first Constitution saving throw as you're approaching.
Okay, that was way better. That's an 18.
Cool. Great. With an 18, you start to kind of like feel, okay, all right, the water. We're good. All right, so I bow. Like, there's a moment in your head, Gwar, that you're like, it has been a little bit since I've actually met in front of a noble. And what if...
Does Noria mean nothing?
What if the dealings with with my father and the other warlords at the time was different? You think back to like the terms when you were like around the war table and like discussing battle tactics, and you remember that there was like a certain point in time where you're like your father didn't have a shirt on, like because he was just like he had just woken up and was like just trying to kind of like make his way through, and no one seemed to care, and everything was a little bit more relaxed, and you're like starting. So then you have that memory and just kind of comes back and. Oh boy.
Sure, it's like I would imagine it's definitely more like we didn't care about all that the frills and stuff. We just got to business.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Right on cue. I think there's a moment where as you in going into Eisenheim proper, there is someone who comes to greet you before the gate opens, who is not a guard, but just a very very well dressed like doublet style elf with very sharp ears, long brown hair cascading down. Hello, everyone. Just making sure. Yes, okay. Well, it looks like we have a guest coming into the city. Fantastic. Pray tell, sir, what is your... Are you okay?
Oh, I was bowing. I was just trying to be respectful.
Oh, well, that is... well, you don't need to bow to me. I'm his humble servant. But what is your name?
My name is Gwar Monomarth.
Great. Fantastic. You see him kind of write it down on the paper. As you see him write that down, you see Ilryn goes and snatches the paper from him and just tears it up and goes, that will not be necessary. You know who I am. Let us in. Of course. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I was silly of me. So let them through. You see him walks out of the... Also know who you are above. Very important.
I am quite a bit taller than he is, so.
You do know what I understand by that, Gwar, right?
Yes, I do. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. Everything's so serious all the time.
You're approaching the King of Imaea.
Yes, with very important information, Your Highness. I am fully aware of that.
Okay, good. Door closes. Gwar, give me a perception check.
That is a 16.
16, cool. Coming into Eisenheim proper, the space between Colville and Midtown is noticeable, right? Like a difference between like dirt roads to cobblestone roads, wooden houses to mostly stone and plaster sort of houses. Here, everything is old and beautiful at the same time. Long, tall, luxurious stone buildings that look like they've been like shaved down brick by brick to being perfectly symmetrical. You see there aren't like in Midtown there's like I keep forgetting the phrase, but like not pop-up tents, but like there's like these like little sort of like these little like sort of like small shops along the street. Kiosks, yeah, sure. Not in Eisenheim proper at all. You notice that there is a street and there are sidewalks, and no one is walking in the street. You notice that everybody around you, there's with a 16, you realize that you weren't aware of everyone. You weren't aware that there were so many. Granted, some extremely over-the-top dressed people. You weren't aware there were so many beautiful people in Imaea in one spot. It seems like everybody is like, and you see slightly different races. You can see like there's human and there's elven. You see the occasional dragonborn. But everyone seems to be just of this like very like clean cut. There's darker skin, lighter skin, but that's about it. There's a very like clear like representation of this is high society in a place that you feel not at home in. As I would like you to give me one more Constitution saving throw.
Outstanding. Shoot. Ooh, sweet. Okay. That is a 24.
Awesome. Doing good. As you continue on, you notice that the rockiness of the carriage seems to be a lot less as you see what is not a paved road, but a clearly in the same way, like every stone has been shaved down. You look outside of the window and you actually notice there's no representation of any sort of potholes or anything here. It is quite magnificent, and as you kind of like, I think in a moment, maybe stick your head a little bit far out the window, you see the giant, luxurious castle of Imaea in the far distance, of which you feel a strong arm pull you back in. You hit your head on the top of the window thing. He pulls it back in. That is not becoming of people here.
But
Relax.
Oh, do you think I'm not relaxed? I was just thought the castle was really cool. That's a nice castle. There's a lot of hot people here. Have you noticed that?
Really?
Well, you know, as I'm thinking about it, these are all very high-class people. I'm kind of wondering, is attractiveness only based on wealth because they can afford to make themselves look like that? It seems unfair, doesn't it?
She's staring right at you as they're saying, like, everybody's hot here. I didn't notice. All of them seem to be of a certain range of shade. Would you not agree?
Oh. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. True. Also another issue.
Right.
Yes, you're right. Well, that's
also
stupid.
you will be needing to stow your weapon. I hope that was obvious.
Well, of course, I'm not going to brandish my weapon in front of a king.
Okay, good.
I did it with you because and you know, your husband, because yeah, you're a warrior kingdom, and I figured you would like that. So, yeah.
I understand. I just tell you because as a warrior, having to give up your weapon in front of so many possible enemies can feel naked.
Well, I mean, I'll still be armed, just discreetly.
No, you won't, Gwar.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear. So this and this, I will always have these. So
okay. Continue
but yes,
to stare out the window.
My weapon and I aren't really on very good terms right now. they gave me some bad information that I did not like to hear. It was quite devastating, actually. So I just really haven't wanted to spend a lot of time with them lately. So.
Gwar, you say all of that looking out the window, and you don't hear a response. Like for a solid 10 seconds, you look back in, you see Ilryn just staring right at you. Just okay.
Oh, it's my patron. It's not. It's a conduit to my god.
I don't need to know. Okay.
Like mother, like daughter, I guess.
What was that?
Oh, I said I think I might need to solder something later. I think maybe a gauntlet of mine needs some fusing right here, this joint.
Oh, they have a blacksmith here.
Oh, excellent. I would imagine they have quite a good one. I mean, if anything like the castle.
Yes. Well, almost there. And we cut back. We're going to cut to Eldrin and Wilbur first, walking into the branches. As you walk in, you see there is a rather large, a rather large, kind of burly-looking figure in it's gray skin, no shirt, is wearing a very big kind of leather harness to one side, and you can see a very big greatsword on his back. As you come up, he approaches and goes, "Sorry, members only."
I turn to Noros.
Yeah, I'm a member, big guy. Oh. I don't recognize you. Well, I don't recognize you. What is the deal?
Hasn't it only been like a week and a half since you were last here?
I don't understand. Can you get Hagen? One moment. Sorry. Lost my choked in my own voice. One moment.
There he is.
And you see, after a few minutes, you see Hagen approach. We're working on a picture for it, but we're not today. As you see him come up, goes, "Oh, well, hello, friends. We just recently had a chat with one of you, isn't that correct?"
Oh, yes. I think she was planning on coming back here to talk with you more, but we were able to come here rather suddenly, and I was hoping that we could go to a more private place to talk.
Absolutely. Anything can get you a beverage. I know it's kind of it's a little early in the day, but
I look at Norris and I say, "I don't know. Do you want a drink?"
No, I'm good. Just a glass for me. You just want a glass? Yeah, I can just put water in it. Or we can just provide you with water. Yeah, okay, that's fine too. All right. You see him kind of motion over. The barkeep kind of grabs grabs water and anything for you, Eldrin, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Great.
And I look down at Wilbur. Do you want anything?
No.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations. Or...
No.
Nope. Okay.
You'll understand soon.
Very well. Please, to my office.
If this was an Honorian child, there's no way they would not be walking on their own.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Let's use that one. That works. Cool. First off, Kayla, who is having to deal with power issues in the meantime, is actually making a mid-journey for Hagen.
I feel bad. She asked me if I had any description for him, and I was like, I haven't had a chance to look, but I was like, probably not. I don't normally write descriptions down because they're not important to me.
I didn't say a lot, but I like this one. This one's good. So you see Hagen brings you to his office, which is essentially just his bedroom, and there's a separate sort of area where there's a table and 2 chairs, place where Seren was sitting not too long ago. Mm-hmm. You see him go, we need at least 1 more chair, maybe 2. Great. Okay, hold on. Opens the door. It's like a kind of like a steel door. Just wait here for a moment, and you hear a. Yes. Okay. Calm down. It's just me. Relax. You see him grab 2 chairs out, and just kind of closes the door behind him. Just locks it. All right. And sets 2 chairs down. And
Norris, can you help me get Wilbur off of me?
Yeah. Suck.
I trust
first
that
off,
Wilbur is. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I say I trust that Wilbur is safe here, at least with you in this room.
Of course. We haven't had much chance to speak, but hello, Wilbur. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I was sorry to hear about your predicament. Times are tricky.
I think predicament is using it a little loosely, but okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry that your family is being hunted.
Thank you.
From my understanding. And there you go. There's Hagen.
Damn, Milo's gonna fall in love with him.
Oh, damn. It looks like he's kissing Gwar.
He is.
I literally see a black box right now.
There you go. Milo's gonna fall in love with that black box.
Fall in love. Jamie,
I mean,
usually if you back out and come back in, it pops up. But cool. Please, I assume I have somewhat of an idea of what this is about. But
Seren already told us about your conversation, and that we can expect some support from the branches when it comes to this. I'm just gonna say this war against Tal. But we have a more, not pressing, but a more immediate issue that we need to deal with in Eriscar, and something that Grinchelli Mortimer has taken from my family. We were hoping that we could get, if you had any more information, or any information whatsoever on Eriscar and like the town itself, or the Mortimer Ludus, or the Mortimer family. We're kind of going in blindly. And last time we did that, it resulted in a few deaths.
I assume, based on your candor, those deaths lasted.
One has, and I am still here, so I was brought back.
My condolences.
The other is Kanos, whom you have met, and I don't think got along with very well.
Yes, I would argue that we were not seeing eye to eye on some things, but I do wish things ended differently.
Yes. Well, Grinchelli has I don't want to explain it all. Grancelli has Volmos, and I need to get him back.
My understanding, the Mortimer family dates back generations and generations, way past you or I, but only have one remaining member. I know that she is obviously dangerous. As far as Eriscar goes, I know that the city itself is mostly made up of the school itself. There are only 2 ways in. One of which is under the, what's the phrase? Pyre by Fire, they call it. It's the pathway under the Pyre Mountains.
So was Eriscar there first, or the school? Like, was Eriscar built around the school, or was the school just built around Eriscar?
My understanding, they are essentially one and the same. Eriscar was built as a place for those... It was portrayed as a place for those that were seeking newer lands. Place to start fresh, start over. At the same time, I know that the land itself was originally designed to facilitate a magical school that would be a representation of the unlimited power of magic. A worthy venture, unfortunately in the hands of a rather wicked woman.
Have you had dealings personally with Grancelli? I mean, have you had the pleasure of meeting her?
I have not. I thankfully am considered to be under the station for most to be able to be granted an audience. Nor would I want one. I will say it does seem to be more of a public understanding of her leanings than one would assume based on her station.
Wilbur, am I missing anything?
No, I don't think so.
Also, and I apologize if this is insensitive or breaking some sort of trust that Seren put in us, but I know your relationship to Raylor. Is there anything you can tell me about him?
He left my presence the same way he entered it. Sad, confused, and unfortunately misguided.
When was the last time you spoke with him?
be, I believe, about 5 or 6 years ago. Above board, I'd have to check with Seren on that one.
Okay. Was he under the influence he's under now then? Or was he just normal? Or I guess the influence that Seren suspects.
I would like to believe the blood of my blood would not submit himself to a power that he could not fully understand or control. He's a very bright boy, much smarter than me. But I cannot say in good faith that he wouldn't be someone who wouldn't be impressed by someone with an offer of or magic.
If he is under some sort of, I don't want to say contract, some sort of, if he's being influenced in the ways that Seren suspects, is there anything that could be said to him to break him of the spell? Anything that you know that I could say to him, or Seren could say to him?
I would imagine, given what I assume the relationship between Seren and Raylor is, Seren would have a better answer than I would.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, then that was unfair of me to ask, but...
No, it's a hard thing for a father to admit, but of that, I think he would consider me only biologically.
Okay. Is Erisgar anything like here, where you need, like, I don't know, there's different levels of towns, and or is it just one, is it a small area?
As far as I know, it is not a city of this size. I believe it is also rather young. I imagine any sort of classism that has taken place in it is not inherently taken into the government part of it yet.
And it's not under Eisenheim's jurisdiction, like the king.
Correct.
But Grancelli is, correct? She works for Nova Soul. How is that not a conflict of interest?
From my understanding, there is many things that a couple of us would like to ask the king in regards to allegiances.
I look at Wilbur and I say, we should have made a list for Gwar. Very well. Well, my mother is actually with the king presently, so if there is anything specific or pressing that you want an answer to, I might be able to request that.
More men to patrol the streets, so I don't have to be giving my own to make sure the city stays safe. I don't know if you've seen, but the jail that we did have here is now in ruin.
Yes, that's how our mutual acquaintance Huxley is no longer here.
Speaking about troubled men, Noros, you look well. Noros is like, he's just sitting at the table. Hey, yeah. Hagen, I'm sorry I haven't filled you in or reached out. And you see him kind of like immediately. You're always welcome here.
Speaking of always being welcome here, has Crix shown up since, I don't know, a week ago? I turn to Norris and say, do you want to inform him of his involvement in things?
Norris just kind of looks and goes, it's bad. It just doesn't seem like he can, like... I think he, like, tries and then just goes like, oh, you're better at talking.
Well, Norris and I don't completely remember everything because we went to the Shadowfell and apparently, there's I don't know, we lost some memories. So unfortunately, we know we're married, we don't remember it. But I'm informed by our friends and from some scattered memories here and there that I'm trying to piece together that Kritz did come to our wedding, brought someone who appeared to be Huxley, but was a changeling, and by coming into the wedding, they were able to kind of infiltrate and try to arrest us and surround us because of charges that Grincelli brought against us to the king. So, I don't know what Kritz got out of it, especially considering Actually, no, he's not the one I helped, is he? I say out of game. I helped the other one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I say I don't know what he got out of it or why he felt the need to do any of that, considering I myself have never met him, and Noros and he thought we're friends. So, just as a warning that his allegiances, it might not be to you.
Okay. Understood. I will make sure that he is not granted immediate access till he is answering for these questions.
Do you happen to know anything about the Shadowfell and lost memories? Seren's also suffering from the affliction.
In terms of lost memories, no, I do not.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Give me an insight check. Also, Kritz was the one apparently who helped, according to Kayla.
I thought it was Denson or something like that. But okay, that's fine. So it would be 6, 9, 10, 15.
15. He was very careful on how he answered that. You noticed that. In saying not about lost memories.
Do you know about found memories?
With all due respect, Princess Enerath, I don't believe I have any information regarding the Shadowfell that would benefit you or your party.
Thank you for your assistance. Until we can get a better disguise for Wilbur, as I'm sure you're aware, he is very wanted right now. Is it okay if we stay here? Our friend Milo is off getting some supplies.
Well, we don't have many things in regards to beds.
Oh, we don't need to sleep here. I mean, like, are we safe here without Wilbur being disguised? Or do we need to stay hidden in your office, or...
I can't say anything as far as anyone coming in, as there are people that are shooed away from time to time, but I can assure you anyone who is a member of the branches. He thinks for a second as he remembers crits.
Yep, that's what Elton was supposed to point out.
I believe Wilbur is safe, but I understand the need for absolute assurance, and in that way you can have the use of my office till then.
Thank you. Milo, who I'm sure you remember, will be back.
I do.
Within probably the hour. Will he be granted access? I know it was a special thing last time.
I would need to be involved, but yes, of course.
Okay. Can you have someone inform us when he gets back if we're going to hide out in here?
Of course.
Thank you so much for your kindness and your accommodations right now. I appreciate it.
Hagen looks at you and Noros, and you feel kind of an intensity in his eyes as he says, hey, also Wilbur as well, as he says, I know more than most the responsibility and the weight that you all feel on your shoulders. Know that you don't carry it all alone. But I understand how it feels. And I wish you hope.
Thank you.
Wilbur, for your own safety, don't open that door.
Well, why would you tell me to not open it? Because now I just want to open it.
I mean, Wilbur, it's proper etiquette not to touch things that are not ours when someone is allowing us the use of their office.
Well, I mean, is it, like, am I is it dangerous? Am I going to be in danger? Like...
Extremely.
What is it?
A friend.
Is it another untrained pet? I am so sick of having to deal with those. I say, is Patch with us?
I don't know, is Patch with you guys? Okay. I'm going to show you he is very trained, but he is a carnivore. And pet is definitely not the term I would use.
Very well.
As I mentioned, he is a friend.
May I ask your honest opinion on something?
Sure.
And I look at Wilbur, and I take his hood off a little bit, and I say, look at this face. Do you think there's any way we can convince people that he is a bear cub? I've heard that they're small like him and fluffy.
You're asking a ranger if this creature could look like a bear cub. To the untrained eye, I am not sure.
Very well.
as a ranger in no world.
What if we gave him some, like, fake claws? I don't understand why you're looking at me this way.
He just looks. I stick with my answer, princess.
Very well. We'll keep brainstorming.
Well, it's not much, but you are welcome, and if you need anything, talk to my men.
Thank you.
Any hands?
Eldrin takes out a piece of paper and crosses out Bear Cub, and she goes, Bear Cub's out. We have a lot of work to do.
Noros, Noros is... are you saying this to Noros?
Yeah, to Noros and Wilbur.
Noros, you notice, is just kind of like watching as Hagen walks away.
Noros?
It's just a cool guy. I miss them.
Oh. See,
okay.
I never really liked him when I first met him, but I think part of that is because I was a little...
How could you not like him? I mean...
Well, because Kanos said that him and Volmos didn't like him, so...
Yeah, well... No offense to your brother, but... Never mind. Wilbur, try that hood thing again. As we cut from here. And we come to Milo and Brumhilda walking out among the people.
Hey.
No, they're like, oh my gosh, it's like a Milo Brumhilda mess around, like a New Girl with Cece.
Like Cece and Winston.
It's a classic Milo and Brumhilda mess around.
As you start to walk further down the street, a halfling and a rather tall human, you notice there is a crowd forming. It looks like some street performers, some jugglers are doing their thing.
Brumhilda, I have a kind of a personal question.
My favorite kind. Go ahead.
Do you know, are tritons mammals? Like, I know they have hair, but they like breathe water. It's been bothering me for months. Because, like, we just met Eldrin's mom, and, like...
This has been bothering you.
Did she just lay a bunch of eggs?
This has been bothering you for months.
I mean,
us.
In the background.
Us, including you.
Yeah.
Very much so, including you.
Mm-hmm.
Are one of maybe 10 people involved in saving the whole world as we know it. And what's been bothering you is whether your Triton friend is a mammal.
Yeah, because, like, we just met Ilryn, and did, like... I know she has a bunch of kids. Did she just lay a bunch of eggs, and, like... Then they hatch, or, like, did she give birth? What is the, like,
she's a
logistics
mammal.
here?
She's a mammal. She's a mammal.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check.
Uh, 18.
18. As you were passing by, you noticed that Brumhilda, without looking, just kind of mutters something under her breath, and for a second you thought it was about you, and then you hear a like a audible like "ah" from the crowd as you hear the juggler having to pick up his clubs that he was juggling, and you see Brimhilda just smirking a little bit.
Milo's gonna snort and give her an elbow.
That was my leg. Ow.
And then as he's walking, Milo's gonna I know we have bigger things to worry about, but I don't know, they're so big. Like, can we it's easier to focus on the weird small corners of the mind than the big huge picture right at the front of the mind, you know?
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah. I have a smaller mind. It's all just tiny little corners. There's not much room for the big.
I wasn't saying like. What are we looking for?
Oh, it's called Strings and Things. It's it's like a tailor shop. It's like they sell fabric and stuff.
It's amazing to me that you just don't have more people just learning conjuration. Need any tailoring.
I'm sorry?
You see, she's saying this not thinking or paying attention to you at all, and you say, "I'm sorry," and she looks down and says, "Oh,
I mean, you can like conjure up anything you want, but like
okay.
It really
all
takes.
Right.
There's
I can see that I've offended you.
An artisan puts his soul into his work, and you can really tell. I'm just saying you can tell.
Have you seen the soul?
I mean, Seren has several vials on her at all times.
Yeah. Not that interesting to look at.
That's true. But I'm telling you, if you gave me a conjured garment and a handmade garment by a craftsman, I could tell you the difference. I could pick the craftsman out.
She looks at you and says, "Really?"
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Great. Where are we going? So this is a clothier shop?
Yes.
So they'll have clothes on the racks, right?
They should, yes.
Great. Remember you said that. Continues to look forward. As she does, you see the crowd start to disperse. And you notice that Brimhilda is second. I'm saying you notice that like Brimhilda is like kind of like moving her hands like this, like she's casting something, but also kind of looks like she's like twiddling something between her fingers, but you don't see anything there. Mm-hmm. She seems to be like kind of like looking at it and also kind of paying attention to where she's going. Up to you on whether or not you bring it up.
I was gonna what you fidgeting with?
What? Oh, just she springs it from invisibility. It's just a dagger. Roll me an investigation check.
14.
14. You recognize that dagger. That is Gwar's dagger. One of.
Is that the one from his that he wears on his thigh garter?
No. I would say notably is probably closer to his hip.
Okay.
I also have a couple of my boots.
Yeah.
Gives you that extra like 2-inch lift. It's just for confidence, really.
It's just for confidence. She's just kind of misses.
Believe me, I get it. And Milo's gonna pull out his crocheting project that he like works on when he doesn't think anybody's paying attention to him.
What does this have to do with that?
I don't know. I have nervous energy sometimes. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Do I seem nervous?
No, you have a lot. You have a lot on your mind, and you know what? I wasn't intending to attack you. I apologize if that is how I came off. I was trying to relate to you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I do have a lot on my mind. Apologies. But she puts it away. Okay.
I don't think I've.
Go ahead.
I don't think I've told you how, like, just awesome you are. Like, you're an incredible person.
What is this?
I don't know. It's just you and I haven't really had much time, like, one-on-one when you weren't like super charming Wilbur, or I think that's the only other time we've been one-on-one.
Oh. The DM got it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, like, I think you're an incredible person. I think you've done a lot for the Mongoose Crew, but I think you do a lot for a lot of people that you don't get thanked for.
I guess that's good to hear at this point. Thank you.
Might be a little too late, but...
Why? Because I'm going to die in 3 months?
Yeah, because you, like, literally have a clock over your head.
Because I'm not going to be around enough to appreciate. And you notice that now the mood has shifted as Brumhilda is now recognizing someone who could take the, like, dark humor of them.
Yeah. No, it's more because you have, like, a group of all-powerful beings that are intent on wiping you from existence, really. That's mostly what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do if you knew that you were going to get wiped out by a group of all-powerful beings and you only had 3 months?
I met this lady named Vestia.
Ooh. Okay.
Probably hang out with her for a bit.
Gotcha. Vestia, she...
Oh, she's a madam. Yeah, she's
Milo, I have not talked to you enough. tell me about Vestia as she pushes the door open to strengthen things.
Oh, so she's this just this half giant lady who is she was just we had a really strong connection. It was great.
And
I mean, it was only like it was like 3.5 hours. It wasn't like there wasn't that much time to like really talk about. I don't know.
Milo? As you look across the storeroom and you see your mother sitting behind the counter. As
soon as he makes eye contact, he, Mommy! And he runs and hugs her.
Oh, you embrace the big hug, and she says to you, okay, who's Vestia? And we're going to pause you there. Beautiful. Incredible. Awesome. So from there, we come back to our carriage ride. Okay, so as I said, let's just go through it one more time. When you approach, you make sure that you, first off, okay, nope, she slaps she full slaps your head like Mr. Miyagi style. Just, okay, stop that, yep. So you're going to come into court, wait until someone tells you to approach. You approach, you stand, you do not go anywhere near the steps. You stand about 5 feet away from the steps, and you bow and you wait to hear from the king. Did you get all that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you know what you're going to say to the king?
Yes.
Do you want to practice that?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him about I'm gonna tell him about Tall and how serious this is, and how I have left my fucking family because it's so bad that they're involved and we have to fucking fight them.
Cool. Okay. I would. She wouldn't say cool. What am I doing? Sorry. Let me get into Ilryn's perspective. Cool, man. Listen. No.
Sick, dude.
Sick, dude. Okay. No shouting expletives to the king. At all.
I'm giving you the short, very impassioned version. I will be much more measured when I go into that room.
Gwar, a lot is hanging on this for the king to believe you, someone of whom he's never met. Do you have any proof that you are a monomarth?
Out of character, I think I do.
What do you think you have?
A brand, like on my arm.
Cool. I love it. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
You have the ashes of your dead brother around your neck.
That too, but that's hard to prove. So you can send that to the lab.
Yeah.
You should start with that and see where that goes. See if that, like, I have the ashes of my dead brother.
Actually, point to Ilryn when you say that, and you're like, my dead brother who killed her son, her daughter made this necklace for me.
My I think girlfriend killed my brother.
My girlfriend killed my brother.
My friend gave it to me, whose brother got killed by him, and I'm with her mother.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Didn't he also kill Ilryn?
He didn't kill me.
No, it wasn't him.
He didn't kill him, but yeah.
It was adjacent.
It was adjacent killing.
It was some parallel play.
It was a work associate.
It was as adjacent as it was Eldrin was to killing Darth.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel as you approach, like kind of like doing a quick kind of peek out the window, you notice there's a very large gate that looks to kind of go into this very long, dark tunnel. As you approach, the gate doesn't. You don't need to stop at the gate. The gate swings open, and the carriage goes through. As the carriage goes through, Gwar, you feel this starting from, like, you feel it kind of like almost hit the front of your face and then wash over your whole body. As you now feel, there are no magical items that are going to be working past this, which includes your amulet of charisma.
That's fine. Need it.
So as you as you walk through, there's a moment that as you feel that, give me another Constitution saving throw. I'll tell you, above board right now, we're still in the 15 range.
Okay. That was a natural 19 for a
Nice.
26.
Awesome. Okay, cool. As you feel that and recognize, like, Ilryn kind of, let's see if Ilryn notices. Nope, doesn't notice at all. She seems to be just continuing to kind of stare at the windows.
I am gonna take it off.
What are you doing?
I don't think this is gonna work in here.
Oh, yeah. Was it a magical item? He's not a fan of magical items.
Right.
That
Makes
doesn't
sense.
change anything, right?
No, of course not. I'm quite charming. I don't need that.
Okay. I hate that it's so dark in this tunnel. I feel like this is on purpose.
Your Highness, you are not the first person to underestimate me, and you certainly won't be the last, but I promise you.
If I didn't think you could do this, Gwar, you would not be joining me on this journey. Make sure that is perfectly clear. But if you imagine that I would be someone who would not be making absolutely sure that you're ready for what you are going into, you are wrong.
Well, I have no doubt you wanted me to be prepared, Highness. I also understand if you want me to make sure that I'm not going to besmirch your good reputation. And I have no interest in that.
I can appreciate that. There's just an awkward silence as this tunnel just seems to keep going forever. So my daughter, how is she?
Serious, uptight, holier than thou. You can imagine.
Not much has changed.
But she is smart, resourceful, powerful. And I can think of few people I would rather have by my side, either solving a problem or fighting a battle.
Good.
This might sound strange, seeing as you're her mother and all, but I don't know. She's become a bit of a little sister figure to me.
She's a Triton princess.
We're not by relation, Highness. I just mean in kindred spirit kind of way.
Good, I'm glad she has some friends.
I respect her immensely. Don't tell her I said that.
Do I look like the person that would tell her that?
No. Yes, you're right. I don't know why I thought that.
At that moment, you feel the carriage stop. You see a guard open the door to the carriage, and you now see that you are in the presence of about 20 guards that are lining the space from the small courtyard that you're in into the a side entrance of what looks to be one of the buildings of this castle. The guard looks in, sees you, sees Ilryn. The king in his courts. You see Ilryn look at you pointedly and goes, the king in his courts.
The king in his courts.
And you see the guard step aside, and you walk in. Give me a perception check as you walk in.
As they're walking in, Derek's gonna pull the carriage away, and you're gonna hear in the distance, "Yeah, Francis, we're gonna have to take it in to freaking get cleaned again. We're."
Incredible.
That is a natural 20 for
nice.
26.
Cool. Awesome. So we'll say we'll carry that 26 for a while.
Sounds good to me.
Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I got this in place here. As you walk in, the first thing you notice is the entire castle floor has what looks to be a rather thin but rich, deep red carpet going from as far as the eye can see. Sorry, 1 second. You guys hearing music? There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
It's a weird long start. Let me know if that gets too loud or whatever. I had to do a new track for this. As you step, even with the carpet itself, you can hear every footstep that you make. It's not clacking, but it has that kind of like weird reverberation as you are stepping into a place that has this very large open format. Quickly, the hallway kind of separates out into this sort of like grand sort of hall with 2 staircases that are connected going straight up that are about 20 by 20 feet. You can see they both seem to move and sort of spiral outward with with this like sort of like loft for the second floor, and then goes out to the ceiling. As you come in, you notice that there are the people here on this floor are mostly there's guards that are stationed and standing statuesque still. In waiting for any sort of orders. You imagine they've probably been standing there for hours. You notice there are a couple of like a small amount, say maybe like 4 or 5 lords and ladies that happen to be kind of like descending down the staircase. I think for this like music, this is something that you're kind of just hearing in your head, Gwar.
Sure.
Where you kind of like hear this like sort of like you hear the laughter and whatnot, kind of just almost like bouncing off you. Kind of like you hear a weird echo as you start to ascend the staircase. There's a certain point where Ilryn is ahead of you, notably. So as Ilryn makes her way up, you notice those lords and ladies, their faces kind of fall and like kind of go back into a not a like sneer or anything, but they just a like kind of like that weird sort of like almost Mean Girl-esque sort of like look of like just a curt nod, and instead as she passes by doesn't nod back to them, doesn't even look at them, just keeps right on going. She ascends the staircase and You notice on that second floor, towards the right at kind of the cusp of the stairs, you see this very large very large closed doorway. It looks to be about maybe it's a double door and very like encrusted in gold and has all this like very fine sort of filigree around the archway. You can see that there are marks of like what looks to be a general sort of like land map of representing not just South Imaea but all of Imaea. But it's just embossed in gold, so there's no like markings of like landmarks or whatever. You see that there are 4 heavily armed, more armed than those outside, guards standing with halberds at that entrance, and you see Ilryn just walk right up to one of them. Ilryn Enerath, here to see the King Eisenbardus. I have a member of the Amanamarth family that has vital information for the king. The guard doesn't seem to doesn't respond, doesn't give any sort of notion of like hearing or anything with that. He just like full on like kind of like think like royal palace, like kind of just moves, like stops his halberd, moves quarter face, and then turns and then walks through a side door, and you stand there and wait.
While this is happening, like the entire time I'm walking, I'm hearing this in my head, but I'm also praying.
Okay.
So I'm just, praying for guidance to guide my words, to guide my thoughts, and to say things in a way that will make sense to the king, and that he will hear the graveness of this information.
Got it. Give me a religion check.
Yep. That is a 17.
Okay. With a 17, you look at the markings on the door. And you see as if someone had like opened a window behind you all of a sudden, a shine upon the door that you see reflected in, looks like how the light shines doesn't represent the embossed image. You see just like scales in the reflection.
Yeah.
You see Ilryn look at you and just go, remember what we said. This is important.
Yes, Your Highness. My God is with me. I will not fail.
We shall see. You hear that from the doors, but there's no movement. You see the guards stand with their back and start to move the door back from both sides as it opens up into the great hall. The hall itself, whoops, I don't have that ready, my bad. The hall itself is, as you can imagine, rather decadent. You notice that it is empty, besides a few figures that are standing somewhat off to the side. Sorry, one second. As you see, the court looks something like this. give me a... So we're going to carry that perception check over, but give me an insight check. I'm going to say this, actually. Like, walking in here, is there anything that you specifically are trying to kind of, like, focus on to recognize here?
I would say, like, insignias, maybe the design of certain things, if there's any doors where the king would come out of, points of exit, egress, because I'm also doing an ocular pat down of the room.
You got it. Cool. Looking around, you notice that there doesn't seem to be anything but what looks to be a very small side entrance behind the throne. It looks like this room is specifically designed to have, for the most part, one way in, one way out.
That was a 22 on my insight as well.
Okay, great. As you walk in here, I'm going to say with a 22 because that's really good. Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay. This might not be good. Nat 20. For 20.
That is good. I do think that has a somewhat also negative effect.
Okay.
As Gwar, you notice something is in this room. Something very powerful and somewhat familiar. With a nat 20 Gwar, you recognize that there are some people that are kind of off to the side, but as you get closer to the king, you notice that there's, and through the like window, there's a kind of like just a shine as the sun is starting to come down, and you notice that there is a figure that is standing rather close to the throne, of which you do see that there is a form that is sitting on the throne. The figure itself is tall, all black hair, black armor. You can see markings on the face that are coming down. And for a second, I think there's a part of you that doesn't really remember where you've seen this face before. Till it comes to you. And you see standing next to the king is Ichthus Blackstone. Ichthus, helmet off, to his side, is watching as you both enter. And you realize with each step that you have to bow in front of the king and expose your neck to this figure that you know without a doubt in your mind is the enemy. What do you do?
Does he recognize me? Can I tell?
I'm going to say with your perception check that you carried on before, it does look like he recognizes you.
I get closer to the queen.
Okay. Yeah, I say you're both kind of like walking slowly.
Yeah. I would say as we're walking slowly, I nudge her as discreetly as I possibly can.
She shoots you a look.
And I nod again discreetly at Ichthus, but not like in an obvious way, just kind of like flick of the eyes. and then it'll look forward again.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
Sure. That is a 23.
She does the smallest nod you've ever seen. And as you go to the king, you do see her bow down to the ground and wait.
I do it too.
As you bow down, having to stick with the customs, you are very aware that it wouldn't take very much for Ichthus to maybe 3 steps. And you feel like, as you're waiting, feel like you almost hear laughter. But it's not like it's like coming in through your ears. It's like it's rattling from your very skull. You may stand. As you're able to see the figure before you. Ilryn says, "Dear King, I apologize for the intrusion. But we have someone who could prove useful in understanding the predicament that we are in and possibly facing an all-out war. I ask that you grant him an audience in private." Looking at Ichthus. "I know naught of this man, and to ask this of me could put me in grave danger. I may ask the other gods to leave, but the captain stays here." "As you wish, my liege." "Very well. What, pray tell, is the name of who I am speaking with?" And before you're able to answer, that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.